Kambo to take you through this continuity of methods in teaching religious education, and this is East Africa Institute of Learning. So today we are going to look at the methods of Christian education. So one of the next step in developing the biblical philosophy of Christian education is to think through the role of the the role and function of teaching methods altogether. So some of the questions to consider in these areas are: what are teaching methods altogether? Then, how important are teaching methods and how effective are they? Another one, looking at, are the methods of teaching biblical? Are the methods that we have employed in teaching, are they biblical? What are some of the effective teaching methods altogether? Are there any guidelines for choosing the methods to use altogether? Still, will they really make a difference in teaching? So when I'm teaching CRE, when I'm teaching IRE, I must ask myself different questions. What is the method that I am supposed to use in case I want to deliver this particular message to my learners? What am I supposed to do? Is the method that I'm employing applicable? For example, if I'm teaching and I would like to use what we call storytelling as the method of teaching, is storytelling really applicable? Is it in line? Can it bring out what I want my learners to get? Is the method that I'm employing really qualifying to what I want? So such questions must be asked before employing a method. So to begin with is the definition that we need to understand what is a teaching method. So according to a man called Richard and Brentford, these people gave different definitions concerning what we call teaching methods. Are we together? What is the meaning of the word teaching method? According to Brentford and the colleague, that is Richard, the definition basically states that a method is any learning activity selected for the purpose of engaging students in the learning process. So when we talk about a method, in terms of learning, it is anything employed, or it is anything selected by the teacher or by the person who is going to deliver the message or who is going to deliver the teaching. And the purpose of this method should be engaging learners in the learning process. So a teaching method, this refers to the learning activity selected for the purpose of engaging students in learning process. Another one, thus we say it can be either what the teacher does to deliver the content or what the student does to get more involvement or to get more involved in the learning process. So getting the student involved in essential effective learning, since maximum learning is the result of maximum student involvement. So when we are learning, when we are studying, and when we are teaching our learners in class, we should look at a number of things before applying a particular specific or particular method. Some methods are not applicable. It is not that everyone can understand what the method you've employed to make sure that the learning takes place. So this is one key reason that methods are very important. But as a man called Hamban warns altogether, they do not replace knowledge or the subject or spiritual concern for the students or the need for powerful dependence on God. They are important, but not all important. So there are some methods that are employed when they are important, but there are those which are not important. So you may apply a method which is good, but when it is not qualifying, when it is not better for that particular message to be clearly delivered. For instance, when I look at the deaf, there is no way I can deliver, there is no way I can make discussion to the deaf because they can't hear me when I'm talking. So discussion becomes a method which is not qualifying to that particular lesson. When I'm teaching a school of the blind, I cannot use the method that I apply to the people who can see to the blind. Then that method becomes unfair or not called for when I'm handling specific class altogether. So let us go and look at the values of the teaching methods, the values of teaching method. Why we use some methods altogether? So one reason is because Jesus used the variety of this is because Jesus used the variety of methods in his ministry. So the master Jesus as the teacher or the master in bracket teacher become our model for choosing and using creative methods altogether. So we have different methods Jesus employed to deliver this message to the apostles during his time. So let us see what methods did Jesus employ to ensure that there is some effective in his teachings. Let us see here. So let us see his stories. Thought-provoking questions altogether. So Jesus used to teach while using stories, but still he got some provoking questions from the audience. So the object lessons, modeling, and other methods not only got the learners' attention, but they engaged the learners more actively in the learning process. This is a key. This is a key to effective teaching because of the involvement and the participation of the learners helps the lesson to move on very well and smooth. So whenever you are in class teaching learners, make sure that you pull out their attention. You make them to focus and love whatever that you are delivering altogether. So the method that you employ when you are teaching matters a lot to learners' understanding and the response to the question. So another benefit of using a variety of teaching method is that it ensures that each learner's intentions or each learner's interests and learning skill or style will be addressed. So the reason why we apply several methods when we are teaching, it is because we handle learners of different problems and different goals. So we think that if we give them a fertile ground, it will make sure it helps them to understand. It will make sure it helps them to score their interest. It will help them to put them in line and also help them in addressing their challenges altogether. According to a man called Cohen and Lawson, also document how reaction is emphasized through different use of methods in the following extraction from the handbook of children ministry. That is on. So we say the more of the 5 senses that an activity in bracket method utilizes, the greater the learner's rate of retention. So reaction has proven that learners remember only 10% of what they hear and only 20% of what they read. So the combination of both seeing and hearing pushes the percentage all the way to 50%. So if a learner has compelled enough of the lesson to we call it to verbalize the concept, verbalize the concept altogether. So the concept in his own vocabulary. So he will be able to remember 70% of the information. So the learners, we have to make sure that we make the learners understand whatever we deliver to them, because at the end of the day, it will help them at least to know how to deliver and when to deliver, how to handle the class, and how to handle the reading, and so on and so forth. I beg to submit from here. Have a good day.